Your second to catch your breath. We're going to spend the last few minutes we have answering questions. Ashley, scroll through there and see some of the ones that you would like to answer.
Right.
First one that came in, and I'm giving Ashley a chance to look and catch your breath. The first one that came in was, when do you do a capital campaign versus a planned giving campaign? So capital campaigns are really good for one-time kind of purchase things like paying off debt or deferred maintenance or building something new, starting the infrastructure for something. They're really not good for um, things that have ongoing expenses. You need a way to fund, like if you start a ministry, part of a good capital campaign would say how you're going to fund that ministry. And because the capital campaign ends, then you've got that long-term issue there. Planned giving campaigns, when we're talking about planned giving, they are largely focused on future gifts. Now, one of the things that you can do in a capital campaign is say, 10% of every dollar that's given is going to go to our endowment, unrestricted or maintenance. If you're doing one for deferred maintenance, it might go to the maintenance fund. So we've been very successful in building current gifts to current endowed gifts with churches when we're adding that on, doing it where you're looking for current gifts to your endowment, and you're not doing a capital campaign. That really is what we would call a special campaign, because you're looking for a smaller set of highly motivated donors that you probably already know because you've been cultivated. If you're doing what Ashley talked about, and we would approach it in that direction. Our work at Horizons is mostly churches engage us around the marketing. Uh, we encourage you to use the free assets that are out there, and EPN can direct you to some of that to get your gift acceptance policies and some of that structural stuff set up. Your accounts and your accounting. Usually, churches can get that done for free for whoever's going to host those funds, from whoever's going to host those funds. But they tend not to do the stuff that Ashley's talking about. We will back up and look at to make sure your planned giving policies, your accepted gift acceptance policies, your forms are in alignment with your church's vision and what you're doing. But I want to encourage you to use the free resources that are out there first, and many of those can also help you with the marketing. So, Ashley, a couple of questions you picked out.
CGAs, charitable gift annuities, and that's when someone makes a gift up front while they're still living and breathing and beautiful and kind. And they give that to the church, or they give that to the person who holds their CGA. And then they receive a quarterly check, a dividend, or a check back on the quarterly basis from that, which they get to utilize. So they've given the gift up front, they get an incredible tax benefit from making that larger gift up front. And then quarterly, for the remainder of their lives, they receive a smaller check back that they can utilize for living on. At the end of their life, the remainder, the charitable gift annuity, the remainder is then given to the church. In the United Methodist Church Resurrection Foundation, we did not have a lot of charitable gift annuities. Most people were leaning into donor advised funds by the time I arrived at the Resurrection Foundation, but we did have the ability to offer charitable gift annuities through our local United Methodist Foundation. I would check in with Joe and Joe Swimmer and see if the Episcopal Church has some resources for persons that can help you offer those if you're interested. Donor advice funds is the direction that a lot of people are going in their living if they want to make an incredible generosity impact, where they set those up either through the denomination, like the Methodist Foundation where I served, we could set those up. But those were large gifts given up front. And then the donor got to advise how those resources were given through the donor advised fund. Most people were turning to donor advised funds, not as much charitable gift annuities. I don't know about your thoughts on that, Joe. What do you see right now?
So somebody's got to write those and manage those. So this is where outside foundations, whoever's holding, managing your funds, they probably have the ability to do that, but they're fairly complex instruments that the local church typically would not have the assets to manage because you're managing an investment for them. You're holding those funds. It requires a trustee. Um, so that's probably a better offline conversation. If you want to delve into that, you can just go to horizons.net, contact us, or look under I get the contact us as they come through, or you can look under the bios and go to my email address, and we can talk about a specific circumstance that you might want to use that. It
Right.
is the bewitching hour. And Joe, I want to come back to you and say thank you for having us on today. Ashley, you are amazing. I wish you could hear the crowd clapping because I imagine that that's exactly what's happening at this moment. And uh, again, you'll receive the recording. We'll look at the part where Ashley froze and find a way to insert any information that was lost. We will, I say we, EPN, will be sending that along with those two documents. But if you're interested in something else, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're happy to provide those kind of things to you as we have them available.
My last word is to simply say, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord shine the Lord's face upon you and be gracious to you as you dream about, as you pray about, as you vision about how you might be about helping your congregation answer the question, how can we help God transform God's world through plan giving? Amen.